Morning, folks. Today is the 20th of December, 2025. Hope you're doing well this morning. I'm starting this video a little bit late today. Decided to really work on this after I went and worked out today, but um, hope you all are having a good start to your weekend. And like my video here if you like it, and subscribe, share it with your friends, and hope you all have a good weekend. So, overall, not too busy right now. For a good portion of the country here, except for up in the upper Midwest and northern Michigan, parts of Wisconsin, International Falls. Some ongoing snow, maybe ice here in the Colorado, parts of the northern Colorado, Wyoming, looks along the Front Range here. Along the west coast, higher elevation snow and some moisture streaming on out west here. If we put temperatures, let's put temperatures on here, change the map around really quickly. See where the coldest temperatures are. North Dakota. You see where the true Arctic boundary is here. Way up to the north. So down in the Colorado area, it's near freezing, northern Colorado. Warmest temps are in southern Florida into parts of Texas with near freezing starting off your day here for the good portion of the northern parts of the U.S. But in the south, warming up quite nicely this morning. Now, if we put winds up here on this, highest winds are in parts of Minnesota, North Dakota, uh, Indiana, Ohio, into parts of Colorado, Kansas, even into some parts of Texas here, 20, 30 miles per hour. And up here in northeast quarter here, New Brunswick, um, Nova Scotia, with that system moving out. So you bet you these wind chills are pretty high right now. I'm not pretty high, pretty bad right now in the northern high plains. So this is the wind chill values. You can see wind chill value -20, -30 degrees Fahrenheit this morning. Highlighting where the coldest areas here, brutally cold. Even on the leeward side of the lakes here, single digits with the wind speeds we talked about. Even in the parts of Colorado, anywhere in the Intermountain West, pretty cold with these high winds, right? Air temperatures on your left, and the wind chills on your right here. As far as current hazards this morning, we have flood watches all in the parts of the California, especially in the higher terrain. Winter storm watch, winter weather advisory in the mountains here, the Sierra Nevada, in the Cascades, winter weather advisory, winter storm watch, flood watch, some flood warnings. Intermountain West into the Rockies here, winter weather advisory, high wind warnings, red flag warnings in parts of Texas, dense fog advisory. These high wind warnings into parts of Wyoming and some other winter weather products up here in Idaho, in Montana, and wind advisor up here in northern Maine, and in the UP in Michigan up here. You have a winter weather advisory, and looks like a wind advisor up here as well. So this is a little different look of the excessive rainfall outlook on different products they use. It doesn't have the most updated info here. This is updated 0815 UTC today, valid from 12 UTC, which is ongoing right now till tomorrow. Marginal risk of excessive rainfall here along the north into Northern California. Tomorrow we have slight risk with a moderate risk of excessive rainfall in the California mountains here in Northern California. Marginal risk surrounding it. Day 3. right back into it with this heavy rainfall potential here, especially in the mountains. Okay, so this is Sunday through Monday, Monday through Tuesday. Sorry, yes, Monday through Tuesday. So next 3 days will look to be very busy out west here with a heavy rainfall, especially in the California. As far as severe weather goes, just general thunderstorms along the northwest coast today, tomorrow, today, tomorrow, and the next day, not expecting any thunderstorms. So, in general, not a lot of severe weather at all, and just some chance of thunderstorms along the northwest coast. That's about it. As far as the local area today, for central and north Georgia, mostly dry conditions over the next week. Isolated rain showers across the western half of the area Sunday morning. Much warmer than normal temperatures mid to late next week. Highs in the 60s. Lows in the 30s tonight. Highs in the 60s tomorrow. Isolated rain showers, mostly sunny for the rest of the week. And look at Christmas Day. Highs almost approaching 80 here. With lows 40s to 50s. So, gonna be quite cold here, guys. I meant to say be quite warm. Say quite cold. Today, high in the 60s, clear skies. We talked about that already. Tonight, lows in the 30s to near 40, clear skies. And tomorrow, some rain chances in the western part of the U.S. We just talked about that, with highs in the 50s to 60s to the south, near 70 in South Georgia. So, what is driving this atmospheric river? This persistent onshore flow here. I mean, we can look at the jet stream and we can see what's going on here, especially the Sartner period. Okay, zonal flow with the cold front that pushed through the eastern U.S. moving offshore here. This is at 250 millibars. This is a jet stream way up in the highest levels of the atmosphere. And this is the European model. Onshore flow looks to pick up here, right? And you have towards Christmas time. Let's start at the beginning here. Today. You see the jet stream pretty much west to east over Northern California. Sunday, it moves a little further north here. And then we have a dip in the jet stream pushing through out west here with high pressure building at the aloft here. A good portion of the southern tier of the United States. We get further out in this period. You can see the where the most wind is, the highest wind speeds are jet streak. Jet stream is very strong. We're talking 150, 160 knots here. So the persistent onshore flow is just going to keep inundating the western U.S. So when we look at different things in the atmosphere, we look for height anomalies to tell us where high and low pressure will be, right? I wish this wasn't right in front of my. You can see to start off, you have the cold air bottled up north here. General west to east flow. You can see that here. Let me get my pen back out. Yeah, so here's my pen. Pretty much zonal, right? Cold air bottled up north at the heights, at the mid levels, below normal, and above normal heights to the south here. Okay. Move this through time. Cold air stays bottled up to the north. A ridge flexes at the mid levels here. And you have persistent onshore flow here out west. Maybe we had a quick hitting system move through the northeast, and we'll talk about the surface features here in a minute. Around the 22nd, which is Monday. See the ridge, just general ridging for most of the United States except off the California coast. cold air is still bottled up to the north here, right? So you'd see when the right around Christmas is when the high pressure at the mid levels is the strongest, and we have this low off the east coast and a persistent onshore flow here along the west coast. All right, so we switch to surface. Well, this is the European ensemble. So European simulated radar. All right, so stepping this back a little bit. There's a 6Z run, right? What looks to be a pretty relatively quiet-ish day on the 23rd here, okay? With cold air hanging on to the north here. Whoops. And the European wants to bring this precipitation shield over the eastern U.S. and develop a low offshore here, but it's pretty progressive, right? And if we look to the GFS model, it's a little more bullish on maybe some precip, some snow here. Quickening snow moving through. Wants to develop the low a little sooner, right? Along the west coast, in the middle of the country, not a lot going on, you know? So that low moves off. You can see around Christmas time with that low developing off the coast here on the shore flow. Now, temperatures. This is what I'm talking about. Look how warm it's going to be around Christmas time here. Potentially reaching 80 degrees in parts of Texas. This could be record temperatures here, guys. Right? That ridge flexes approaching 90 degrees, 85 in the southern Texas. Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be trying to build a snowman, even if you make snow somehow, which you can't really do. It will melt. So poor Frosty. But I don't know. You know, this is something to talk about here. If we go back and analyze this East Coast system a little bit more. Tell you what, I'm going to step it back here because the biggest impacts in the short term are the West Coast, and we'll try to analyze a potential East Coast snow tomorrow as we get within mid-range model guidance. But this NAM model is showing this low up here with the snow, right? Moving into Canada. You can see the rainfall here along the West Coast. Flooding rain tomorrow, all in Northern California, in the parts of Oregon, Washington State, right? You know, just persistent onshore flow here. And maybe some snow up in International Falls, some freezing rain, other things. And what looks to be maybe a CAD wedge building in to the southeast today, this weekend a little bit. This is 7 p.m. Not overly concerned about that, but the big show is along the west coast. And if we look at total rainfall, let's look here. Yeah, I mean, so this is through Monday. We're talking 8 to 10 inches of rain out west here. For 60 hours. So up in the California mountains here, 13 inches, right? This is QPF. So even into parts of Idaho, probably some snowfall here, and we'll show that as well here in a minute. And maybe some rain for parts of the south, and maybe some light snow up north here. Looking a little bit closer to snowfall totals through Tuesday. Highest amounts are in Washington, part of Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado, mostly mountainous terrain here. And in parts of the Northeast, you can see anticipating a little bit of snow here on the lee side of the lakes and into just the lake favorite areas up to the north here. And here's your total QPF. We kind of showed this in the last run, but yeah, California mountains and on the coastal California, Oregon, Washington. We could talk about that all day, but that's what's happening. I mean, that's where the big show is. All right. We talked about this a little bit already, but this is the European ensemble showing the highs and lows potential here through Christmas and beyond. Looks to be above normal for highs and near normal to above normal for lows as we get through to the end of the month. So you see the highs depicted in the 70s through the 28th, lows in the 50s, which is above normal. You see the confidence in the models here. Near normal for lows, and then above normal and near normal for highs. Cooling off tomorrow a little bit on Monday, 61.47, and then warming up quite a bit as we get towards Christmas. So overall, not expecting any snow, that's for sure. So here are some select graphics from the West Coast. We have a winter storm watch until next Friday. In Yosemite, Sierra Nevada, portions above 9,000 feet. That's crazy. Next Friday. That's crazy. So expecting 24-hour possibility of 12 inches of snow per day starting Tuesday afternoon at 67%. The total snow accumulation several feet by the end of next week above 7,000 feet. And then snow levels as low as 6,000 feet by Wednesday, a foot or more a day. That's insane. There's also a flood watch for these areas. And you can read this here. Probability of 1 inch of rainfall per 24 hours from Tuesday to next Friday to leave 30% for each day in the Central Valley, but near 100% in the Sierra Nevada foothills and Sierra Nevada below 6,000 feet. Burn scars, etc., are prone to flooding, and of course we have bigger risks there. Heavy snow for holiday travel. Heavy snow possible above 5,500 feet. Low confidence of exact timing and amounts. This is 10 p.m. Tuesday, December 23rd to the 26th, 2025. Most likely snow accumulations up to 1 foot above 5,500 feet. 2 to 4 feet at highest peak. Southwest wind screaming up 45 miles per hour. So that don't try to travel through these mountain passes. Okay, it's gonna be insane. Holiday travel forecast for for this area: Sacramento, California. Rain showers, heavy rain on Sunday. Snow levels above 8,000 feet. Moderate to heavy rain showers and snow showers. Snow levels 65 to 7,500 feet. See the impacts here: moderate to major impacts. Tuesday, moderate heavy rain, snow showers. Snow level 6 to 7,000 feet. Valley rain, heavy mountain snow on Christmas Eve. Snow levels between 5,500 and 6,500 feet. And then Christmas Day, just rinse and repeat. Major impacts for travel. Rain forecast Friday through Saturday. For Sacramento, California area. Ponding on the water and roadways. And this is yesterday and today. So this is ongoing right now. And this is the flooding potential map from the Sacramento area. Just reiterates all these different areas here that could potentially flood, right? And You just got to be mindful of this. All right, just look at the graphic. You can see all the towns that could be affected here. So this is Northern California area. Strong winds are possible next week in the Eureka, California area. Timing is uncertain, possibly Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. Southeasterly wind gusts, 40 to 50 miles per hour becoming more likely, gust over 60 miles per hour possible in all of Northwest California. Of course, the highest winds will be on the ridge tops, headlands, and near the lakes. And also, there's a flood watch in the Eureka, California area, 4 p.m. Saturday through Monday, the 22nd. Hourly rain rates up to 0.6 inches per hour, 3 to 5 inches of rainfall likely. And, excuse me, local higher amounts are possible the windward-facing terrain. So, I may have already showed this. Yeah, I think I did. Anyway, I'm going to go over this again. Hanford, California area. Pretty much the same thing going on here. So, just heavy snow every day. Yeah. And same thing, same message from the Hanford, California area. So, flooding. Just 1 inch of rainfall per 24 hours are possible in these areas, okay? And here are the key messages for the California atmospheric river as part of this. Showing the amounts, we already talked about this, possibly 20 inches of rainfall up here in northern central California through Monday, and they'll spread southward southern California Tuesday through Thursday. Heavy snow is expected, which should contribute to the snowpack water storage, but also snow load impacts, which will include landslides, as it just overloads the snowpack, and you could have avalanches, landslides. So as far as the atmospheric river, we have a long duration atmospheric river that's going to continue across the west, likely through the middle of January. You can see here, you can read this. We have the week 3 to 4 precip outlook. We expect to be above normal in the Pacific Northwest. And you can see where the highest risk of moderate to heavy snow, heavy precip, all along the west coast, northwest coast here, inland into parts of Colorado and Intermountain West. And you can see the bottom here. Forecast reports continued active weather well into January. Above normal precip is likely for the Pac Northwest and Northern Rockies, January 3rd to the 16th. Now, when we look at day 3 to 7 hazards, excuse me, in the short term, the midterm here, heavy rain, heavy snow into California, parts of the Cascades Mountains, Intermountain West, and high winds here around Christmas time, along the Rocky Mountains and just on the lee side of those, especially into Wyoming and Montana. Hazardous cold in the parts of Alaska and high winds. Now, precip, risk of heavy precip, we talked about that a second ago in the outlook for the Pacific Northwest. But this is where that event starts back off again, 27th through the 2nd of January. High risk on the 27th through the 29th along the northwest coast of Washington State. Moderate risk lives further south here, all along shore and further inland, the 27th through the 2nd. Snow probabilities, highest risk in the northern into Washington State, into the Cascades, down into the Sierra Nevada range. Moderate risk, slight risk here in the purple, and the Intermountain West, parts of Wyoming, Idaho, and the Colorado Mountains. You see the dates here, a lot of different dates, but overall the threat's going to continue for the foreseeable future here. Wind probabilities, moderate risk of high winds, in that same area, and a little further to the east here, the Pacific jet, the strong jet stream just constantly overspreading the area. Slight risk of high winds up here in Alaska as well. Not exceptionally cold, except for into Alaska during the period. And now when we go on to the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, the 25th through the 29th, right after Christmas. This doesn't, the dark red doesn't mean it's going to be way above normal. It's just the confidence is highest in this area for above normal temps, but confidence decreases as you get towards the edge of these, but most of the nation is forecast to be above normal or close to normal here. Actually, all the nation is. So, with the exception of Alaska, Hawaii here above normal. Below normal precip chances for the central U.S. and the southeast and the south, and maybe some above normal precip chances into the northeast and the upper Midwest. And of course, on the west coast, it's continuous onshore flow here, just going to inundate the area with flooding rain. And we'll go, yeah. So moving on a little bit further out, either above normal or near normal temps expected. With the exception of Alaska, Hawaii above normal here. And above normal precip chances still along the west coast, kind of a broken record here, right? Below normal for the upper Midwest and maybe into the high northern high plains, and then maybe some more moisture getting back in the extreme northern high plains into Texas. But right along the east coast, forecast to be below normal still here. Now, week 3 to 4, this was issued yesterday. Pretty good confidence is going to be above normal temps here, parts of Texas and the Four Corners region, all along the southern U.S. and the central U.S., with a possibility of below normal chances way up north here with equal chances in these other white areas. Below normal temps persisting here into Alaska and above normal in Hawaii. And week 3 to 4 precip outlook. And we showed this on another graphic, but above normal out west. Higher confidence above normal precip in these areas and below normal in the brown. And above normal Hawaii, equal and below normal chances in Alaska. So to summarize all up, the west coast is going to continue to be active for the foreseeable future. Heavy snow, rain, just a lot of travel impacts over the holidays, whereas the middle and eastern part of the country are going to remain pretty quiet and probably above normal temperatures for most of it, and maybe the northern to the U.S. staying near normal or below normal temps. And after that, it remains to be seen what's going to happen. But hope you have a great day and God bless.